brothers and sisters. Peace and blessings. Mike Abraham with World Perspective TV. Just come to give you an update of what's going on around the world. Some things will never be posted if our community doesn't post it. So I feel a great sense of responsibility to post on issues that concern our community. So with that being said, there was a riot that just broke out in Nigeria because the President Buhari has stated that there will be another lockdown starting on Monday. So the people are going crazy because in Nigeria, you have to understand that people eat on a day-to-day basis. They make their money on a day-to-day basis. So if they don't work, they're not going to eat. And this is a very big issue, especially with the lockdown is continuing to not show any signs of letting up. So with that being said, I want to take you over and just watch the video and get your perspective on what we need to do in our community, because this is crazy when you see this video. So check out this video.
Let's go straight to the news for the day. The PPP is ongoing right now. What is PPP? Pot Pan Protest. And if you watch the video right now, you notice that Nigerians are really hungry. And because of that, Omoyele Sowore had suggested that Nigerians should not bother coming out to the street to, protest, but we should be in the confines of our houses and protest from there. And just amazingly, Nigerians have really obeyed, as most Nigerians have gone to their Twitter, and some have even gone to their Instagram, their Facebook page, to express their mind by doing exactly what he told them to do. That's using clapping their empty pots and their empty pans to tell the whole world that Nigerians are hungry. We are not in support of the current lockdown. It's good enough to lock down the states so that it will not encourage the spread of the pandemic. But the issue of not giving us palliative is one thing that Nigerians are really against.
Nigerians, they don't even have food stuff, so how do they bring out things to begin to survive? You lock them up, they become beggars, they beg and beg. And even the beggars, the people they are begging are also beggars. So how do people survive? I am hungry, even my hunger is now hungry. So how do you want me to survive? I've stayed in this lockdown and I am tired. Right now I'm even tired of being tired. So how do you want me to survive? I really have to come up with my empty pots and my this thing. And
empty spoon.
I'm because of one of the people that I press my thumb and say, I'm coming out, I'm coming to exercise my democratic right. I want to vote this, vote that, vote this, vote that. So I'm not calling on the government that is ruling this country to come out and produce palliatives for us, because it is their duty. Based on they are the ones that asked us to stay on lockdown, so they have to know this how they tell them, and they tell them not to suppose to. I think that is so.
That's so.
Hello everyone, my name is Comrade Shozan. I'm here to make a call for all Nigerians to join the Port Pan protest. As we all respect the lockdown order, there's a need for the government to provide palliatives that will cushion the effects, that will alleviate the hardship and sufferings of all Nigerians. I call on each and everyone to respect, to obey, to comply with the lockdown order. But government has a duty to provide for the vulnerable, to provide for the poor, to provide for the have-nots. We cannot keep people at home without providing for them what to eat. People need to be catered for, and it is the duty, the responsibility, and the obligation of the government.
We are hungry. 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 We
guys, brothers and sisters, I don't know. It just seems like we try to overcome one situation and it just continues to go down on a decline. So we need to take this very serious. You see the world, especially in West Africa, the people are banging their pots together, letting the world know there's no food. And President Buhari in Nigeria, he cannot try to camouflage this or try to make it go away, because people are videotaping, showing that this is a real pandemic. This is a real dilemma in Nigeria. People are hungry. And when you hear people say that they rather die from the COVID-19 than to die from hunger, then we have to see that this is no joke. Guys, I know this pandemic, this crisis with the COVID-19 has, thrown everybody off course, but we have to stay focused in this time of crisis. We don't need to be shaken by it or being afraid of it, because we know that there's higher powers that are above us that are doing things to keep people in bondage, keep people chained up, and they don't have a solution. There's no such thing, I believe, in my heart of hearts, of a COVID-19. They just, how China is just, doing so many devious things, and behind the scenes, we don't even know what the real results of how many people really do have the COVID-19 or are affected with the coronavirus. So there's just so much scheming, lying going on from country to country, America as well. We don't know what's going on, but we as our own culture and our Black people, we have to take this very serious. We have to know that nobody's going to help us, nobody's going to give us a handout. We have to work together. And I was watching a video a few weeks ago. You won't believe it. There was a pastor, there was a minister, there was a lady that goes to his church, was not feeling well, and she went to the doctor, and she was telling the doctor she wasn't feeling well. And then the doctor was saying to her, well, let's just say you have coronavirus. She's like, whoa. I can't do that, And he says, well, just in case you do get it, we'll just say we'll just package it and say it's coronavirus. Can you believe that we're living in a time that doctors do not have the credibility to trust in them, that they will just go with the trend, what's going on around the world, and they'll tell you, let's just say you have coronavirus? I want to play the tape for you to see it. Check this tape out, and then we'll come right back.
We had a person that went to the doctor, I think it was yesterday or the day before, and the doctor said, well, we can't find anything, but let's just say you have corona. She said, well, wait a minute, I can't just say that. He said, well, then we just, in case you get it. So, what kind of advice is that? Folks, let me tell you, the prophet said this: as fast as this thing came up, it's going to go down. The God that we serve can come up with one pill that a person can take. Watch this, and it'll drive it right out of their lives. But this is kind of interesting, isn't it? That the enemy is trying to make people sick and keep them sick. Even when they're not sick, make them receive it and say they're sick.
Blessings, brothers and sisters. I'm just a little bit, upset again, because how can a doctor tell a lady that's saying she's not feeling good, and he didn't even diagnose her? He said, let's just say you have coronavirus. How can we even trust the doctors? If your doctor tells you that, you should run. You hear me? Run for your life. He just said, let's just say you have coronavirus. That's ridiculous. It breaks all the accreditation and the rules and the laws of being a doctor. He has to give you a serious examination and diagnosis of what is going on with your body. and he says, let's just say you have coronavirus. So he's willing to document and put on a piece of paper that you have a coronavirus even when he didn't diagnose you. And we're just supposed to sit there and digest that. No, we're not going to do that. So if your doctors are telling you crazy stuff and everything, if you cough, it's connected to the coronavirus. You can't even cough anymore. You can't even go outside and cough, because if you cough, people will look at you like you're strange and attach it because they're so afraid of the coronavirus. They'll just say, oh, you have COVID-19. You can't even live without people thinking, and they're in fear. You see? So guys, let us wake up. Let us not take it lightly that we are healthy. And the ones that are out there sick, you know, we pray for them. We hope that God will protect them and heal them, because I know that this is a time of everything's going on, but there's so many sicknesses that are around the world. So we can't just attach everything to coronavirus, you know? So I would like to get you guys' perspective. I'd like you to comment below. Let us dialogue about this. Let us talk about it and get these things off of our chest, because we can't allow the world to dictate us. And with the WHO, the World Health Organization, they don't even know what they're doing. They're just continuing to come on, you know, the news at Capitol Hill and say the same thing over and over. Well, we're still trying to find a vaccine for this, and, you know, just go in circles. It's just a repetitive cycle, and try to keep the people in fear and say, stay at home, stay at home. Stay at home and do what? You know? So guys, that's just my view of things. I believe we have to work together in our community, and we have to shine light, because if we don't shine light, it won't get exposed. So I'm right there with our Nigerian brothers and sisters that are, you know, banging on their pots and saying we want food. You know, I can't understand the degree of them saying that they rather die from the coronavirus than food, but I haven't been in that situation, so I cannot, you know, actually balance it or try to weigh that situation. But one thing I can do is say, guys, let's work together, because united we stand, divided we fall. And let us also, you know, send this video out to others. You know, I would like to get you guys' perspective. So thank you for tuning in and watching, and we'll see you in the next video.